Thank you, Mr. President. 4 years ago, the global community took a pledge to leave no one behind and to make the world a more sustainable place. The 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Developmental Goals provided the action plan to make this a reality. We are now entering the final decade of achieving the SDGs. Though we have made considerable progress in the first 4-year cycle, but challenges still remain in our long road ahead. Mr. President, the underlying principle of India's developmental agenda is through everyone's support, for everyone's development, and towards everyone's trust. This slogan mirrors the essence of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. A country's ability to achieve and sustain long-term economic growth is determined by its ability to increase productivity through the use of better technology, together with human and physical capital. In India, fintech has contributed significantly to the rapid expansion of access to financial services and financial inclusion. A record 370 million marginalized people have been brought into the financial system in the last 5 years. The spread of mobile telephony and linking it with digital biometric cards and bank accounts has enabled the government to target subsidies and deliver e-governance services. In April 2018, we achieved a target of 100% village electrification and have doubled our efforts to achieve 100% electrification at the household level over the next few months. In September 2018, we launched the world's largest government-funded health coverage scheme, which targets 100 million households and a potential to provide free health services to a population of 500 million people. The cashless and paperless health scheme provides coverage of up to $7,000 per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. We also plan to wipe out malnutrition from the country by 2022 and are in the process of building 40 million affordable homes by the year 2022. Mr. President, through all these developmental initiatives, India has made significant progress in the eradication of absolute poverty. According to the UNDP, India has lifted 271 million people out of poverty between 2006 and 2016, recording the fastest reduction in multidimensional poverty index values during this period. Mr. President, India is committed fully to its nationally determined contributions well before the target date and protect its rich environment and pursue a path of sustainable low-carbon development. Just 17 countries in the world contain 70% of its biodiversity, earning them the title of mega-diverse countries. India is one of these mega-diverse countries, accounting for 8% of the world's biodiversity, but is still able to feed 17% of the global population. We are of the view that it is possible to strike a healthy balance between development and conservation. The 33% growth in India's tiger population from 1,411 in 2006 to 2,967 in 2019 validates this. 70% of the world's tiger population today survives in India. Excellencies, we have also pledged to restore 26 million hectares of degraded land by pursuing a massive afforestation program. We have also launched the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, a global partnership where knowledge is generated and exchanged on different aspects of climate and disaster resilient infrastructure. Mr. President, we have been successful in even monitoring SDGs. The responsibility for overseeing SDG implementation in India has been assigned to the national think tank, National Institution for Transforming India, which is chaired by the Prime Minister himself. In order to provide high quality, reliable, and timely data, we have launched the India Index, which is an online dashboard which monitors implementation of the SDGs at state level and provides incentives to the provinces appropriately, bringing competition to enable them to perform better. In the spirit of sharing experiences, including successes, challenges, and lessons learned, and to accelerate the implementation of the Agenda 2030, India presented its VNR at the 71st session and will be presenting its second round of VNR at the next high-level political forum in 2020. Mr. President, Our goal is to ensure that the fruits of India's progress and development percolate down to each of its 1.3 billion citizens. India's progress in SDGs is crucial to the world as the home to 17% of the global population. Despite still being a developing country, in the spirit of South-South cooperation, in 2017, India established the India-UN Development Partnership Fund to assist fellow developing countries to achieve their SDGs. A sum of $176 million has been committed to this fund for the next decade to focus on developmental projects in LDCs, LLDCs, and SIDS countries. Mr. President, to conclude, Mahatma Gandhi once said, "There are 2 days in the year that we cannot do anything, yesterday and tomorrow." He precisely meant that we need to act today to address our developmental challenges. Thank you.